Good morning. Welcome to 4 by 8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are in our river journal. Let's get going.
I thought today I might paint a watering hole. I think these are pretty important for the existence of the animals and the people and the circle of life. And they bring fish. I'm making little tags for my trip next week. So let's clear off some room. I don't know how this happened again, but it's okay. It's pretty. We're going to paint a background with Tomoe River paper first, because I haven't done that in so long. And then I'm going to just put little segments, a la you know who, um, for if you don't know, Jose Naranja. I love his journals. I am very fly by the seat of my pants, unorganized. I don't want to be organized, but for some reason I love the organization of his journals. So maybe my subconscious wants me to be organized, but look, I still have paint from last night. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I haven't been in the shower yet. My my subconscious wants me to be organized, but my fingers don't. That's my story. So, oh, that's vellum. Speaking of vellum, Job's journals, who I really like his style, did a uh, dollar store supply thing. That was kind of cool. Okay, this brush is really getting beat up by acrylic, but it's my favorite brush. Let's see if we can soften it up a little bit. Okay, green. We're going to do that, and I'm going to have to speed this up because it's going to take me a while. I know that doesn't come up with the real time on how I do things, but I'm a slow process person, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm a slow painter. And I'm going to try. Yesterday, I just happened to glance at the time and said 51 minutes. So hopefully I can do that more often. Remember to include how long it really took me to do what I did. So, here we go. Speeding up. Tomoe River paper. Love it. Love it.
Okay, so I have my Tomoe River paper. I'm going to put a background of green as in trees and grass and water, blue as in water from the river, and a tiny bit of brown as if it were the bank of the river, and a tiny bit of blue at the very top as if it were the sky. Um, This is Japanese paper, and I love this paper. And every time I use it, it just blows my mind. But, okay, so this is going to be our background, and it's going to need to dry. There's the bank, and there's the sky. But look what it does. Just moves and luscious, luscious stuff. Oh! So, this is going to need to dry, and I like it better when it dries on its own. So, oh, look, a Kleenex with paint on it. So I am going to now attempt to make a bunch of animals at the water hole. And I'm going to make them in tiny little tiny bits of sketches on watercolor paper. And I've got a couple pictures saved, and I can't promise you this is going to be perfect, but we're going to do it. And we're doing it in watercolor. And I'm painting a couple backgrounds, and I'm leaving space there because I don't want my pictures to run into each other, because I'm going to cut them apart, but I don't want them to smear. And when you do this much water, it buckles a little bit, so I'm taping it down, which doesn't help all the way, but it's working. It's okay. So my thought process is um, some lions, some birds, and my favorite animal, a hippo. I love the way the hippos just keep their ears and eyes above the water. Um, if they're kind of just hanging out, and I and the fact that they're so uh, laborious when they walk on land, but when they're in the water, they're so graceful. That's a lot like me. When I'm on the ice skating with Bella, I'm very laborious. But when I'm in the water, I'm very graceful. Keep that in mind. I don't know. It's late in the evening. This is Sunday night. I started this at 4 o'clock Sunday morning, but whatever. There's my hippo. And I'm just doing browns you see on my plate there, browns and greens and some blues. And keep in mind, I'm not an artist, but you can't get there unless you just keep practicing. So in the end, I'm okay with these things. They're not the greatest by any means, but I know what they are. So I guess that's a little bit of progress. Sometimes if I had done this a year ago, I would not have known what they were. And I know how to control the water a little bit. And so anyhow, I just can't draw. That's my downfall. But I keep practicing.
Not everything is perfection to their true colors, but it's okay. So when you watch like National Geographic or BBC documentaries about these gorgeous uh, watering holes in specific, but like the wildebeest migrating, that's the word I'm looking for, across and stuff like that, and all the animals and the perils they go through, and I think they're beautiful. These are not perfect. I strive for a sketchbook type of look, and in my opinion, now this guy is gonna be gorgeous. Just saying. This one I'm most excited about. I'm going through some pictures here. I hope I don't mess him up. When I was a kid, probably even still, I love hippos. And this guy is just sticking his head out of the water to make sure everything's kosher and cool. And they're very graceful in the water. They're not very graceful on land. We had a hippo at our zoo for a long time, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know where he went. Some zoo around here had a baby hippo recently. I saw it at my mom and dad's house the other day on the Today Show. I don't know where it was. I don't want to make her too fanciful, but I've just got browns and blues and greens. Like his brow bones and his eye sockets and stuff are very distinct, and he's sticking out of the water. Trying to nap and stay safe. Now these guys were in a bunch of trees. So I'm going to try and replicate a bunch of reeds without messing them up, hopefully. And it looks like it's a windy day because they're all leaning that way. So far that looks like rain. Oh, I know. Maybe if I put some soft grass. It sort of looks like papyrus. Well, it looks like my weather's going to be safe for driving. I'm not going to run into snow. There might be snow on the ground as I get into Missouri. All right. I even thought for a few minutes last night about going over 26, hitting 40, which is more north, and a more direct route. About 5 hours shorter. But I don't want to go over those mountains at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, here comes the hard ones. Pardon me if I don't do justice to them. I'm sorry, I'm trying. No, I won't capture their majesty.
To just add shading and the suggestion of body parts, animal parts, I got sidetracked by my little ephemera I'm making for my trip next week. Never fear, I'm still going to be here doing all of this. Um, I enjoy it. I'm going to haul all this stuff with me and do it from the hotel room. And we're doing the Missouri River, and I'll be going to Missouri, so hello. Um, on the left, this kind of looks like a hyena now, but in the end, I think I rescue it and it looks like a lion hiding in the grass.
I'm making all kinds of little ephemera for my trip. Columbia to Jackson, Mississippi, Kaffe, which is my favorite fabric designer, Springfield, Missouri, road trip. Just trying to make my own little ephemera bits. So in the evenings I come home, I take a nice hot bath, come home, I go into the hotel room. Well, actually, first I'm going to go get I just have a really light meal at night, a salad or something. And sorry, I can't talk and draw at the same time. But I'll have a big lunch and a semi brunch. And since you're stuck in a car, I try not to. I used to when I was younger. My stomach was a lot calmer. Didn't ever think about food if I got in a car and went somewhere a long distance. But as you get older, your stomach doesn't digest the same anymore, so I try not to eat junk food. I have some granola bars for snacking. Oh dear, that may have been a mistake. And I eat water. No, I'll have coffee in the morning, but no soft drinks, just water. And sorry. Supposed to be a lion. Not going to do him justice. His mane. And this guy's supposed to be a female lion, but I don't know. Here he is. Whoops. He's behind a lot of grass. It's almost looking like a hyena. Everything I draw looks like a hyena. Why is that? You really don't see him. He fades into the grass and all. What was I mumbling about that I keep forgetting? I eat a decent breakfast with like eggs and things that have a lot of protein, and then I eat a vegetable type plate for lunch, and I will have a salad at night when I come in, which when I say night, it's not really night. I'm crazy when I drive. I usually start about 4, but I mean I wake up at 4ish anymore anyhow. And I go, and I'll have like a granola bar or something and a cup of coffee and go. Stop about 10, have a decent breakfast somewhere, and then stop about 1ish and have a vegetable plate. And then I'll stop about 3:34, and I'm spacing it out. I can probably get there in 2 days to Springfield. Well, I can. I'm doing it in 2 days, and then I'm holding off for a day, and I might get to do a touristy thing in Springfield, possibly. A lot of stuff is closed until March 1st out there, museum-wise. And then in the evening, I have a salad. I come back, I take a hot bath, and I might walk before I take a bath around the hotel parking lot or inside or something. Try to get in 10,000 steps or close to it. And then I go back, and last year I plotted my route every day, like town to town to town. Yes, I have a GPS on my phone. Yes, I know. But I love maps. You know me, Madam Map. And I look and say, oh, you know, la 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 la, and la 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 la. Have a grand old time. And then I go to sleep. And in the morning I get up, I upload a video. And in that's where I was. In the evenings, I'm doing my day, and I'll be doing this. But I don't want to have time. I won't have time or the thought process possibly to do cutesy things like this. So I'm going to bring it with me. Last year, and I'll stop in nice rest areas, and they have lots of fodder in rest areas. Let me tell you, last year I brought home a gigantic bag, and I'm still going through some of it, and pick up pamphlets and things, and that'll add to it also. And this year I'm going to try to have it completed before I get home, or as I get home, because if I wait till afterwards, it doesn't always happen in a timely fashion, or in a very documented fashion, I should say. And I have a little bit of a book that I can jot notes down. Oh, I have one of these as animals along the road or something like that. Where did that one go? Because last year I saw so many interesting animals. I had it here somewhere. Maybe I haven't made it. Maybe it's only in my head. I could have sworn I did make it. Where'd it go? Anyhow, I saw coyotes, lots of coyotes in Alabama and Mississippi. And we're starting to get coyotes here too. All right, let's focus. I saw rabbits, deer. When you're going out that early in the morning, you see deer more. Okay, that's way too dark. But I might leave it because it's kind of pretty. I love that blue from Prima. And so I eat smartly. Because I'm older these days. And you don't want to upset stomach while you're in the car. Or let's just leave it at upset stomach. Okay? Okay. Alright, so here I'm going to try to draw some more reeds. Try not to have them look like, this is really dark. It's a tombow, but it's really dark. He's kind of hiding back there. Can you hear my stomach growling? Sorry. This guy just has a bunch of brown stuff in front of him. Grass, dry grass. Cover up some of my poor skills. I said both of those ladies yesterday were collage artists. I think one is a collage artist. I don't know. They're just both very inspiring. Okay, let's see if I can do this without messing it up. Tree. He's laying under a tree. Right? Right. They're not perfect, but they're mine. And sometimes I really like that aspect. Just trying to make suggestions of him. All right, gonna let him dry, put him down. And I can't decide if I'm going to cut this off or leave it as a tip in and write right here. I might leave it in as a tip in and write. Putting the land animals, sort of land animals at the top. These are on watercolor paper, so they're thick. And the birds and the hippo at the bottom. The lions at the top and the birds and the hippo at the bottom. Oh, now I'm going to go back in off camera and fiddle with that tape and put these down better. That is lovely. Except that some of my beautiful pooling is not going to be seen, but oh well. Maybe I'll do this. You can see a little bit right there. That's interesting. I have a little bit of glue there, and I have a wet Kleenex, and I just kind of went over it, and it removed the paint. But a storm's coming to the watering hole. Now, I'm going to have to put paper here, but never fear. Oops, there goes my phone. I have paper. This is some of my stuff that I just photocopied, so it's thinner. And I could use it over and over. Except that I can't stop making it, so I'm going to have an abundant supply. And that was another thing about that tape. I can't fiddle with it and move it around because it's there. Let's cut off this white. Maybe. I was thinking of putting the title here. Okay, this is a very long video. Let's see how long I've been here. Let's see, I think I turned it off once or twice. Gorgeous. Might come back tomorrow and fiddle with it some more. How about that? A 2-day spread. I kind of like that, but this needs color. We got to rectify that. And we have leftover paint right here. Okay. I love it.
Thanks for watching. You can follow me on Instagram here, and I will see you all tomorrow. Originally, today's video was 1 hour and 9 minutes. It got shrunk down to 29 minutes and 15 seconds. That's me taking out all the and-ums and all the fighting I did with the double-sided tape and some of the drawing process. But basically, you see it all. I try to incorporate everything except for the and-ums, and I still get a lot of and-ums in there.